Picture this. It's a beautiful day outside. The leaves are falling. The weather is getting a little bit colder. You check the FDU Florham Devils Athletics website, and then it's game time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the FDU Florham Devils Fall Preview video. Today, we look at the gridiron, the field, and the court. Soccer, golf, cross country, field hockey, volleyball, cheerleading, and football. All in one video. Off we go, here in the fall semester. Let's start with women's soccer. To conclude the 2025 season, FDU Florham ended with a 6-8-4 overall record. In conference play, they ended with a 1-4-2 record. Top performers returning will be Kylie Martin and Rina Hamuda. Kylie Martin earned the team's Rookie of the Year award, and she was also introduced into the All-MAC Freedom second team roster. Rina Hamuda was also in an All-MAC Freedom roster, this time in the honorable mentions list. Last year was the first season since 2014 that women's soccer has not entered any playoffs or tournament. This year marks the 20th season under Coach Giada. Under Coach Giada, FDU Florham has been in 20 playoff and tournament appearances. They have 2 MAC Freedom regular season championship wins in 2006 and 2010. They were the ECAC champions in 2022 also. Overall, under Coach Giada, women's soccer has been in 9 MAC Freedom and 11 ECAC tournaments. Right now, Coach Giada is sitting at 199 career wins at FDU Florham. With her 200th win, she will join Coach Dante Fideli from softball and Coach Roger Kindle from men's basketball as one of only 3 coaches to ever get their 200th career victory as an FDU Florham Devil head coach. Coach Giada was also the 2022 ECAC Coach of the Year and also the 2010 MAC Freedom Coach of the Year. Right now, she sits at the desk as the athletic director, overseeing all of FDU Florham Devils athletics. Let's look at the best games to watch for the upcoming season. First off, for the home opener, on September 3rd, FDU Florham will face off against Penn State Abington, as Tegan and Tatum Jones will debut together. The Jones sisters with their first home game of their college careers. On the 18th of September, women's soccer will face off against Montclair State. They will look for their first win there. They start off their conference games against the DeSales Bulldogs on the 3rd of October. On the 14th of October, they will face Marywood. This is the first game against a new conference foe. And finally, on the 17th of October, women's soccer will face Lebanon Valley College, also looking for their first win. Next up, let's look at men's soccer, who was the main highlight of last fall. To cap off the 2025 season, men's soccer ended with an 11-4-5 season. In conference play, they ended 3-1-3. Their only conference loss was against Stevens when they lost 3-2. Their other losses was in their championships. They were against Lebanon Valley when they lost 6-3 in the MAC Freedom Championship game. Then they faced off against William Patterson at home when they lost 3-2 in OT in the ECAC Championship. The top performer returning is Farid Saku, the best returning player on the entire team. He started all 20 games in 2025. This is a very special season for men's soccer, as this is the 65th FDU Florham men's soccer season. Their last 4 seasons ended in playoffs, the most since 2012 to 2015 with Tom McLaughlin. During their 65 years, FDU Florham men's soccer have 5 head coaches. First, they had Bob Shields from 1961 to 1967. He came back for the 1970 season, and then he came back once again 15 years later for the 1985 to the 1986 seasons. Lee Hill came in for the 1968 to 1969 seasons. Bob Perkins came in from 1971 to 1984 as he led the team to 2 ECAC tournaments from 1980 to 1981. These were the first playoffs in men's soccer history in FDU Florham. And then there was legendary Tom McLaughlin. He became head coach from 1987 to 2018. This is the longest stint in FDU Florham Devils head coach history, as this stint lasted 33 years. He brought the team to 13 of 21 playoff appearances. The rest came from Coach Keith O'Connor from 2019 to the present day, as he brought in 6 of the 21 playoff appearances. Let's look at the best games to watch for the upcoming season. First off, at September 6th, they faced off against USMMA, the United States Merchant Marine, for their first ever matchup against this team. On the 23rd of September, they faced Muhlenberg. They looked for their first win there. They face off against conference play at the same time, but a little bit earlier than the women's soccer team, as they face off against the DeSales Bulldogs. On the 13th of October, FDU will face Marywood, their first game against the conference foe. And then the 17th of October, they face Lebanon Valley. They look for their first win against the team. And finally, the 27th of October, they face the Arcadia Knights for Senior Day. Next up, let's look at volleyball. Last year, they ended with a 16-13 overall record, 2-5 in conference play. Conference wins last year was against Delaware Valley and DeSales at home. Their last road conference win was at the 25th of September of 2024 at Delaware Valley when they won 3-2. They made it to the ECAC tournament when they lost to NJCU in the semifinal. Top performer returning in this season is Amaya Ocasio. She was awarded to the Mac Freedom Honorable Mention list as a setter. Let's look at the games to watch in this season. Opening night will be on the 1st of September, coming up next week as FDU faces Farmingdale State. 3 days later, on the 4th of September, they face the Emmanuel College. First match versus opponent ever. They kick off conference play on the 15th when they face King's College. On the 17th of October, it is a very special tri-match, as the FDU Devils will travel down to the campus of Rutgers Newark, the former stomping grounds of Coach Jason Madsen, as FDU faces CCNY, the City College of New York, and the Scarlet Raiders. On the 29th of October, Marywood comes to town. It's the first match against the conference foe. And finally, on November 4th, it's Senior Day, as FDU faces Arcadia. Next up, let's look at cheerleading. They made the UCA Championship last year in the ESPN Wide World Sports Complex in Orlando, Florida. They made top 10 in the open all-girl traditional division, and they got a trophy win in the open all-girls game day category. You can watch the cheerleading squad during the football and basketball seasons. Next up, let's look at field hockey. Last year, they ended with a 7-11 overall record with a 1-6 record in conference play. Their only conference win was at King's College when they won 2-1 on October 10th. Last home conference win for field hockey was on the 12th of October in 2024 against the same opponent in Kings, when they shut out the Monarchs 5-0. Top performers returning this year: Gianna Ercolani. She was the 2025-2026 CSC Academic All-District Award. Adriana Goodwin set the single-game record in goals saved last year when she got 25 saves versus Stockton on the 6th of September. Field hockey is tied first in shots with 44 when they got 44 shots in against Alberta's Magnus on the 14th of September in 2025. They tied this record back in 2017 against Moravian in September 7th. Let's look at the games to watch here for field hockey this season. First off, on September 5th, they faced West Connecticut State. This is the home opener for FDU Florham, and this is the first match against this opponent. On the 12th of September, they faced Bridgewater, their first matchup against this opponent also. On the 19th of September, they faced the Albright Lions. This is the first matchup at home versus the opponent, and they look for their first win. On the 26th of September, they faced Sweet Briar. This is their first match against this opponent. And on the 30th, to end the month, the 30th of September, they face Ramapo. This is the Morgan's Message game. Conference play starts for field hockey on the 3rd of October at DeSales. On the 24th, they face off against Marywood. This is the first match against this conference foe. And finally, on Halloween, they face Misericordia at home. It's Halloween, and it's senior day. Men's cross country is coming up next. Let's look at top performers returning for the 2026 season. Evan McGinty's best race was when he finished 6th with 13 minutes, 57.2 seconds at the Drew Falls Series. Luke Passarelli finished 5th with the 13 minutes and 49.9 seconds at the same race. And Nathaniel Pirelli's best race was in the same race at the Drew Falls Series, 11th, 14 minutes, 47.5 seconds. And now let's look at women's cross country. The top performers returning, we have two. Briella Bagnato had an amazing race at the Drew Invitation. She finished 3rd with 21 minutes, 39.99 seconds. She finished 1st in all New Jersey College recipients in that race. And then there's Madeline Drozdowski. Her best race was in the Drew Falls Series when she finished 10th with 16 minutes, 51.4 seconds. Next, let's hit the fairway with golf. For men's golf, top performers returning this year, Mario Lamperti. His best showing was when he tied 39th with 8 above par in the 2026 MAC Commonwealth Preview in the Albright Lions Spring Invitational. He is the only FDU Devil in the top 40 in 6 of the 7 invitations. Trent Fisher is also a top performer. His best showing was also in the Albright Spring Invitational when he tied 55th with 14 over par. And finally, there's Aiden Markey. His best showing when he was in the Long Island Championship. He tied 9th with 14 above par. FDU men's golf was only on the podium once in the Long Island Championship. And now, the women. Top performers returning for the fall of 2027. First, let's look at Katie Blair. Her best showing was in Mendham Golf Course against Arcadia. She finished on the podium for 3rd place with 24 over par, total of 96. And then there's Lily Hodgson. Her best showing was in the Stockton Spring Invitational, where she finished 3rd, totaling 102. Katie Blair and Lily Hodgson were the only FDU golfers on the podium in the spring. for women's golf. And finally, there's Kylie Morales. Her best showing was in the Albright Spring Invitation, when she tied 27th with 32 over par, totaling 104.